In this video, we're going to introduce Report Template Builder, a tool that will help the automation engineers to build report templates for SQL Server reporting services on top of Wonderware Historian with almost zero engineering effort. So this tool enables the users who don't have expertise in Microsoft SQL Server database queries, reporting services, or Wonderware Historian APIs to create ready-to-use templates of tabular summary reports that can be used for reporting process analysis, process compliance, raw material usage, energy consumption, etc. So with the help of Report Template Builder, the users can take advantage of the built-in analytics features of Wonderware Historian and the enterprise class report management infrastructure of SQL Server reporting services completely free of charge. First, I would like to give you an overview of the different types of tabular reports that you can build using this tool. For this purpose, I'm going to show you a few examples of the reports that I have already built. This is the SQL Server Reporting Services web portal where I have already deployed the report templates produced using the Report Template Builder. The input to the Report Template Builder was simple XML configuration files in which I specified the type of the table and the data to be included in the report, and of course a few minor presentation details as well. The two main categories of reports are analog tag summary tables and string tag summary tables. There are 4 different analog tag summary tables that are based on the length of the time interval summarized into each row of the table. So you get hourly summary table where each row contains a summary of time series data from 1 hour intervals. Then daily summary table where the summary interval length is 1 day for each row. Then monthly summary table where the summary interval length is 1 month. And finally, yearly summary table where the summary interval length is 1 year for each row. And then for string tag summary, there is a daily summary logbook in which each row contains a summary of messages logged on the corresponding date. As you may have noticed, all analog tag summary tables share the same set of features and structure. Let's take a closer look. There are one or more identity columns that uniquely identifies each row. Then there is a set of data columns displaying the summary values of each history tag included in the report. Data columns can be grouped. In addition to the column title, you can also have headers such as this one. In each column, the minimum and or the maximum values can be highlighted. The values in the column can also be validated against predefined lower and or higher limits, and those values that are out of such limits will be highlighted. The quality of time series data used for calculating each summary value is also indicated using font underlining. For each column, you can also display a grand total and or average of the values in the column. There are a few more features that are not used in any of these reports, but you can find all the details in the user's manual. Next, I'd like to demonstrate how easy it is to modify an existing report definition. For this purpose, I'm going to use another report example. This is a simple report template made for a distillation column. And here I have a couple of linked reports, which are nothing but special parameter configurations of this report template. It's a way to reuse the same template with different configurations. As you can see here, it's an hourly summary table with this many existing columns. Now let's take a look at the report template definition XML. I'm going to use XML Notepad, which is a free tool from Microsoft for viewing and editing the report template definition XML. On the left side, you get a simple tree view of all the elements and attributes in the XML. Report template definition is the root element. Then you have parameters for customizing certain behaviors. Then you have a page setup, so you can customize the page dimensions for printing. Then you have a table definition, which is mainly a set of column definitions. These are the existing column definitions. Now let's add a new column to report pressure data. First, add a new group inside the data columns element, then add a column inside the group element. We need a title, tag ID, primary aggregation, engineering unit, and format. That's all I have to do. Let's now build a SQL Server Reporting Service report template from this XML using the report template builder. This is a .NET Framework console application. The command I need to execute is shown here in the user's manual. I have this bat file to do that job, so I'll just double click. So here you have the report template file. Now I just have to upload this to the SSRS web portal and run it. Okay. Let's check the output. Here you go. Now let me briefly show you all the development effort you can save by using the report template builder. For this purpose, I'm going to open this SSRS report template in a design tool and show you some of the internal complexities of this template. I'm going to use Microsoft Report Builder tool, which is also a free tool you can download from Microsoft's website. Okay, so this is the report template. Please remember that you actually don't need to know any of these details to use our tool. I'm showing you all this only to demonstrate the complexity of the engineering tasks automated by the tool. Here you can see the presentation layout. This is a metrics object having all the columns that I have defined, and it is bound to a dataset. Let me show you the dataset definition. You can see the SQL query that is used to fill this dataset. This query will be different for different use cases depending on the number of tags, type of aggregations, etc. The tool is constructing different variations of this query depending on the template definition. This obviously requires some serious effort to develop from scratch. For some of the presentation features, this report is also using many functions written in VB.NET language, as you can see here. You can also see many expressions being used for changing fonts, colors, etc. So it's a significant effort to manually create such a report template from scratch, and you are able to save all that effort by using the report template builder. Last but not the least, you can even reuse these report templates by following certain best practices. The main thing you need to take care is to avoid direct usage of history tag names in the report definition. In other words, do not hardcode tag names in the column definitions. So how can you avoid tag names? We have a simple solution using Wonderware Historian public groups and tag references. Wonderware Historian allows you to create any number of references to an existing tag and then organize these references in a hierarchical fashion using public groups. For example, you can create hierarchies like this, where each leaf node contains a reference to the tag that you want to include in the report. Then you can use the hierarchical path of this tag reference in the column definition. In this case, the tag identifier is formed by joining all these path segments with a dot character in between, excluding the tag reference name. Now, there is one more flexibility that you don't need to repeat the full path name in each column definition. Instead, you can use the tag ID prefix parameter to hold the common part and use only the variable part in the column definition. For example, you can see here that I have used just diff pressure as the tag ID because I have already set up tag ID prefix parameter to hold C11 report dot. So the complete tag identity would be C11 report dot diff pressure that uniquely identifies this tag reference. This approach allows you to reuse the same report template even across different plants running similar processes. Okay, that's all we have now. You can find more information about this tool's features and usage in the user's manual. Please check it out. We are hoping this tool will be helpful to you. Please let us know if you have any feedback. Thank you for joining. Goodbye.